therefore, you must redouble your efforts in guaranteeing a safer Zimbabwe for all its citizens. I am thus hopeful that the crime trend reports we will receive by the close of the year will project a more desirable trajectory. An effective public order management strategy is one of the foundational pillars of the maintenance and sustenance of peace and stability. Recreational facilities and public utilities such as sports stadiums should remain havens of peace, fun and sportsmanship. I am highly disturbed by the violence recorded at Baba Field Stadium on the 10th of September 2023 during a soccer match between Highlanders and Dynamo's football clubs. Such incidences trigger an important dialogue amongst police authorities. If anything, it is a very sobering litmus test for our capabilities to handle spontaneous public disorder situations. Your discourse, therefore, should evolve around an evaluation of the effectiveness of the obtaining public order management regimes, requisite public order management equipment, and the selection of appropriate personnel for potentially violent incidences, among other important matters. As ministry, I wish to reiterate that in pursuit of peace, security and order, the safety of our men and women in uniform is non-negotiable.
The Commissioner General of Police, Thandabantu Godwin Matanga, also gave his remarks.
We have once again gathered for a retrospective session, which has now become a permanent event in our organizational culture as we seek to enhance service delivery in line with our constitutional mandate, which dovetails with the expectations of our clients. Our core business as police is creating a crime-free society by combating crime through intensified police operations, heightened police visibility and vigilance at all times. We are all aware that the scourge of drug and substance abuse is ravaging communities, mainly the youth who in some circumstances end up committing serious crimes, besides themselves being a burden to society. Just recently, in the Harare Central Business District, we recorded crimes committed in the most gruesome manner, suggesting that the perpetrators were either under the influence of drugs or some kind of mental derangement. This is an indictment to the future of the country, and we should take it upon ourselves to bring this menace to a stop. I am grateful for the resources that have been availed to the organization by government, in particular motor vehicles and fuel, which have brought huge relief to stations across the country. While we'll still have some challenges in mobilizing other resources for the policing mandate, I am positive that incrementally we shall get there. Allow me to move to traffic. Traffic management remains a problematic area, particularly in urban areas. During the period under review, road traffic accidents increased by 15%. As law enforcement agencies, we need to continuously redouble our efforts through operations such as the recent Operation Tame the Traffic Jungle to curb carnage, as well as restraining the reckless behavior on the roads, eliminating unroadworthy vehicles, among other factors. And I've always taken great exception to the lack of supervision by some commanders. This is somehow contrary to your elevation to positions of authority, wherein effective supervision should punctuate your diaries. The supervision of dockets and investigations remain casual. Some of the challenges that confront the organization are an indictment on those charged with the burden of supervision. I will not continue articulating the gravity of this matter. Let the wise heed the voice of warning. The shameful conduct by some members, as well as corruption by rogue elements within the rank and file, continues to taint the image of the organization. May I reiterate that the organization will not condone indiscipline of whatever form. All Iran police officers, regardless of rank, have thus been put on notice. I am fully cognizant of the multitude of challenges spanning from social to economic that confront police officers each day. I have been conferring with my deputies and indeed all of you on ways to improve the welfare of members of the police service. These contemporary difficulties have come to pass too. Thus, we should remain determined to deliver quality service to the people of this great nation. We shall continue to lobby government to improve the conditions of service of police officers, especially the provision of decent salaries, residential accommodation and allowances, among other things.
Moving on, the world celebrated World Mental Health Day on Tuesday the 10th of October. In a society that is mentally healthy, violent crimes like murder will be on a decrease or even cease to exist as people will open up about their problems or even learn to solve their conflicts peacefully. The ZRP National Spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, speaks about mental health in relation to crime.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police takes note of the World Health Mental Day with regards to the efforts to fight crime in the country and the world at large, where we've realized that some murder cases or violent crimes are committed by people who are mentally ill, where some of them they will be under the influence of drugs, or where we have instances of people who are abusing drugs and other substances. In the process, they commit crimes which include murder, crimes which include rape. So we want to urge Zimbabweans, we want to urge communities to ensure that the well-being of people who are mentally ill is seriously taken into consideration in terms of having them accessing medication, in terms of them being looked after, especially where you find that some of them they've used lethal weapons such as iron bars, such as knives, even axes, to strike innocent people who include family members. So that's why we are pleading with the communities not to look down upon people who are mentally challenged, not look down upon people who are mentally ill, but to ensure that they access the relevant services, which also include counseling, and in the process will be assisting the Zimbabwe Republic Police in the maintenance of law and order and also the well-being of people who are mentally ill.
With that story, we'll take a short break. Join us in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch.
If only I bought a car and unfortunately had an accident before paying my premiums despite having submitted my insurance policy papers. An incomplete submission to have an insurance cover. I was left to pick up the pieces. My insurer definitely would have had that covered. Now I know better. My name is Farai and I am proudly part of the hashtag Rest Insured Stay Activated crowd.
Applications are invited from suitably qualified and experienced candidates to fill in the position of finance officer that has arisen in the Finance Department, Pockets Hill, Harare. Reporting to Assistant Management Accountant, the incumbent will be responsible for the following among others: computation of cost-benefit analysis, assisting the Assistant Management Accountant in preparation of management accounts and reports, costing of products and services, and any other duties as may be assigned from time to time. The ideal candidate should have the following qualifications and attributes: a bachelor's degree in finance or accounting from a recognized institution, professional qualifications Part B or full ACA, CIMA, CIS or equivalent from a recognized institution, excellent computer skills in Excel, superb analytical skills, and a minimum of 3 years working experience in a similar position. Interested and qualified persons should hand deliver their applications with comprehensive CVs, certified copies of academic and professional qualifications by no later than 14 October 2023, addressing them to the Director, Human Resources and Administration, Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, number 1 North End Road, Pockets Hill, Highlands, Harare. You can also visit our ZBC website for more information.
We are in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. Thank you for staying with us. CID Minerals Flora and Fauna Unit arrested 6 accused persons for 5 counts of robbery and recovered 150 kgs of pregnant carbon. Let us get the story in detail.
Just recently, our detectives in Chinhoyi arrested 6 accused persons who were wreaking havoc in and around Mashonaland West province. The accused persons were targeting minors who were conducting cyanidation, a process which is meant for gold recovery. The arrest came after our detectives got wind that there was an abandoned vehicle that was suspected to have been used in the commission of the crime. They quickly reacted to the information and recovered the motor vehicle. And upon search, they recovered a cell phone, which became a lead to their investigations, and arrested one of the accused persons in Kadoma. And upon further investigations, he implicated his accomplices who were later on arrested in Kadoma and Chinhoyi. The accused persons have since been taken to court and were remanded in custody awaiting trial. We continue to call upon minors and the business community to engage reputable companies when seeking security services. We also encourage you to employ an array of security measures at your premises. This includes the CCTVs, motion sensors, as well as alarm systems.
That story takes us to this week's traffic safety segment. Let us hear more from the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
On this week's segment of traffic safety, we are talking about cyclist safety, which are the rules and regulations that govern cyclists as they use the roads. A cyclist is a person who moves from one place to another using either a bicycle or a tricycle. As compared to motorists, cyclists are liable to injury or death as a result of road traffic crashes because they are not always protected. Cycles are classified as vehicles, and for that reason, cyclists should always adhere to the traffic laws that govern motorists. Since your bicycle is classified as a vehicle, you should always ride at the extreme left of the road, and if it's more than 2 of you, you should ride in a single file. The law requires your bicycle to have a bell, which is meant to communicate with other road users, a white headlamp, which helps you to see your way at night, a rear and front brakes, which helps you to stop, a rear red reflector, which enables drivers of motor vehicles who will be following you to see you at night. You are also required to wear a crash helmet, which protects your head against injuries in the event of a road crash. In addition to this, you are required to also wear reflectors or bright colors for visibility. Just like a driver, you should also carry out pre-checks before you embark on a journey to check if all components are in good condition. You should ride a bicycle of the correct size. Do not ride a bicycle that is either too small or too big. You are also advised not to weave in and out of the road, as this disturbs other road users from moving smoothly. You are required to also communicate with other motorists using hand signals. You should keep both your hands on the handlebars to ensure full control of the bicycle unless you are signaling. Do not cling to the back of the vehicles or other cyclists when you are cycling. If the vehicle stops suddenly, you will crash. The law does not require you to carry goods or passengers more than 40 kgs on your carrier. A cyclist below the age of 16 is not allowed to carry passengers on his carrier. Upon reaching your destination, you are required to park your bicycle at a curb or a cycle stand. As Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, we say, a road is a shared space, and for that reason, all road users should share the road amicably to avoid road crashes.
I had an accident one evening in the CBD where I unfortunately reversed into a car that was double parked behind me. I filed my claim with my insurer along with the necessary documents that included a police report. Fortunately for me, because I had a comprehensive motor insurance policy with premiums up to date, the claim filing process was smooth and quick. My car and the third party's car were repaired. There was no need for me to pay for repairs out of my pocket. My name is Ruvimbo, and I'm part of the hashtag Rest Insured Stay Activated crowd.
If you find yourself in a TV rut, add entertainment to the max.
This is my chance to get mine.
There's a whole world of local and international series, movies, reality and more, ready and waiting on Showmax.
I promise you that.
Available at no extra cost for DSTV Premium subscribers.
If we're good, we're good.
Good.
Just add Showmax to your DSTV subscription and add entertainment to the max.
We are in the third and final segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. Following a case that occurred in Mutoko recently, where a 4-year-old girl was allegedly kidnapped and raped by a 52-year-old man, the Therapy National and East Women Network paid a visit to the victim, who has since been discharged from hospital and is currently staying in Epworth.
Mwana akakidnapwa ndobva asungwa urwi. Akasungwa netambo. Asi semuonere edu isu senge isiri tambo, vakatanga vamucheka mumaside umu. Ndobva wangozosunga netambo kuti tambo ikurumidzi yasvika kunodi kunosunga urwi. Vapedza kumusunga vakabva vamurepa. Saka vamurepa kudaro mwana akamhanyiswa kuchipatara mushure mekunge awanikwa. VekwaMutoko vakati vabva vatitransfer kuHarare Hospital vachiona condition yange ine mwana. Wese anga akazvimba kubva pachest up nepahuro apa nemusoro nekufesi. Ndikangoti kwese kuno kumusoro kwako akazvimba. Saka takaenda naye kuHarare Hospital ndobva anoitwa scan yemusoro. Akaonekwa zvichinzi oxygen yakanonoka kusvika kubrain. Zvakaita kuti brain dzake dzibve dzatokanganisika. Izvezvi haachambooni, kana kutaura haachatauri, kana kunzwa isu tinoti anonzwa pamwe haatonzwi. Hatizivi gozi chero achichema ukada kumunyaradza haanyarari, pamwe anenge asingatotindwi kuti tiri kutomuti nyarara. Kugara haachatombokwanisi kugara, kufamba haachambokwanisi kufamba, anongoswera akarara. Saizvozvo pakudya chaipo rurimi rwake harusumuki kuenda mudenga. Unongoramba rwakarara, chero akachema sei runenge rwakangorara. Zvoricho zvinoda kumupa mvura, hafu inopinda, hafu inodzoka. Choringa aporiji unototara kumupa nesirinji rinotongonanga kupi kuhuro. Mumedzero waanotoita nehuro yachona, huro yake inenge ichirire. Haambomedzi kunge zvatinoita isusu tiri normal. Chiremba akatideedza semhuri. Akatikuudze condition ine mwana nepatasvika izvezvi. Nokuti mwana haana chaachakwanisa kuita, atodzokera pakuita mwana mudiki, zvichipfurikidza nekukuvara kwaakaita. Uyu kuti titi achasimuka kufamba zvaanga achiita asati akuvara, hatichadaro nekutoti condition yaanayo yachona haichaitisa izvozvo. Kana kuti achaita normal kunge vamwe vana, hazvichakwanisiki nenhau yestate yake. Vachiti isusu pamarapiro edu ndo patagumira. Tinotomera semhuri, because isusu tinorarama nekurima. Izvezvi tinenge takangogara. Saamai vemwana handina chaachakwanisa kuita nekuti mwana haana chaachakwanisa kuita, ndechingori paari nguva zhinji. Zvekutoti zvatotomera, tiri kutokumbirawo rubatsiro kumhuri yeZimbabwe kuti tibatsirwewo maringe nekurapwa kwemwana.
Imi kana paitika mhosva yekubatwa kuchibharo, kasirai kunoripota kumapurisa. Chero mwana akatobatwa nabhudhi vake zviriko zvibitika. Handiti? First port of call india kumapurisa umbo